I'm burning down bridges and changing my they're scattering my ashes 'cause I can't play. I'm just a little lost, just a little found winds take me away. You're welcome to come, but don't dare ask me to stay. It goes 1, 2, 3. I'm a memory, figured out the perfect crime. All they'll see is a mystery. It'll keep them up at night, but they'll never know. Haunted by my ghost. It started off small, striking matches was the game. But when the whole town ignites, it is binding to the chaos I create. Now I've bleached my hair, summons in the air, winds take me away. It goes 1, 2, 3. I'm a memory, figured out the perfect crime. All they'll see is a mystery. It'll keep them up at night, but they'll never know. Haunted by my ghost. Some heard I live by the sea, or married rich in Tennessee. Some say I was spotted in London or Berlin. Was I ever really here? I wonder if the story's real. And years from now, they'll still speak of the girl. Burned all her bridges and changed her name.
Hey everybody, my name is Duchess, and this is Duchess Discussions, where we talk about true crime and missing cases. So put a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me. Hey Heidi, thanks for being here. Hey Miranda. Hey Michelle, good to see you. Hey Rosie, thanks for being here. Hey Carolina girl, good to see you. Kiki, hope you're having a good day. Hey Alpaca Maid, I'm so glad to see you. Appreciate you being here, Flies. Take care of yourself. You guys can hear me okay? There's something weird going on with my laptop. Earlier, it would not let me type in the search bar, and it kept taking me to all these weird screens. I think I'm going to have to throw it out in the yard. I don't know. It's giving me a fit, y'all. Hey, Bella. Good to see you. Hey, Cindy. Thanks for being here. Hi, Karen Stanley. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for being here. Today, we're going to talk about the case of Jamilla Smith. So I just wanted to welcome everybody in, and I appreciate y'all taking the time to be here. I know that some of the other creators are live talking about the Savannah Soto case, which I didn't have a chance to cover on my channel because my dog was sick at the time, and I didn't have the time to invest in it. But there was an arrest last night. It was a very interesting case. You guys aren't familiar with that case, you definitely need to go catch up on all the things. I believe there's an affidavit and some stuff out. And if you guys ever want to talk about that case over here, I can certainly do that. I just didn't have a chance to really go live with it as things were unfolding because of things in my personal life. But so I thought we'd start out 2024 and talk about this case from South Carolina. So let me get over here and take this down. Hey, just Tiff. Make sure you get up with me later because I got some questions, some things I want to talk to you about. So when I'm done with this live stream, whenever you are finished with what you're doing today, just send me a text. So let me see if I can get some of the things pulled up that I was actually wanting to talk about because, like I said, it was on the fritz a few minutes ago and did not want to comply. Oh, let's see here. Oh, good. It's letting me type. Yay. And the links to these videos that I'm going to feature today, they are listed in the description. So if you want to go back and watch any of the videos that I play today, you can actually go to the description box and read the articles and reference the videos that we're going to talk about today regarding Jamilla Smith. And if we get over here, this is actually Jamilla Smith. It's a missing case out of Aiken County, South Carolina. And Jamilla, the circumstances are very shady. And I immediately looked at her ex-boyfriend, which you can see here on this picture, Daniel Harmon. Daniel ended up being arrested and was taken into custody on December the 5th at his home in North Augusta. He was arrested at that time for domestic violence charges. The way this case has unfolded has just been very crazy. And I wanted to talk to you guys about it because now he has been charged according to his inmate record. We can go right here and take a look at this. This is from the Aiken County Sheriff's Department. And this actually says Daniel Harmon's got his inmate number. He's from Beach Island, South Carolina. And he is incarcerated at the Aiken County Sheriff's Office. And he was arrested for second-degree domestic violence, no bond. He was then charged with kidnapping, in which he has no bond. And now he has had a charge of murder that was added on December the 23rd of 2023. And of course, this is involving Jamilla Smith. She's also known as Millie, and she is still missing. So I want to get over here and show you a couple of things. Let me see if I can get this other tab to pull up. It wasn't wanting to work with me a while ago. So give me just a second to get logged in over here because I do want to show you a couple things. But it kicked me out. And guys, if you haven't been here before, this is where we talk about missing cases and true crime. Please sub up and ring that notification bell. And please don't forget to like this video. It helps these faces and their information get out into the algorithm so more people will see this video and they'll know what's going on in these missing cases and homicide cases. It's really, really crucial. So I really appreciate you guys doing that. Okay, we're just going to pull this up here. If Facebook will be my friend today. Okay, let me go over here and share my screen. Okay, and this article came out December the 26th of 2023. Blood found in the trunk of ex-boyfriend's car. The mother of two still missing. And like I said, this is out of Aiken County, South Carolina. And it does say over the weekend, Aiken County investigators released a startling timeline of events that they believe led up to the disappearance of Jamilla Smith. An investigative researcher from the Broken Link Foundation, Kimberly Kite, is helping the family to get answers. And the Broken Link Foundation is actually, I believe, out of Colombia. So let's take a look at this video here. Copyright, let me just make sure I put that up. This is my copyright disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair. And we are reviewing this information so we can find out more information about Jamilla Smith's missing case. Okay, we're going to hop back over here. Let me know if you guys were able to see that okay.
Over the weekend, Aiken County investigators released a startling timeline of events that they believe led up to the disappearance of Jamilla Smith. I talked with someone from the Broken Link Foundation who is helping the family get answers.
Jamilla's father got a call from the investigator, Jamilla's case. She wanted him to hear it from her before it hit the media that Jamilla's case had been upgraded to a murder case.
While Aiken County investigators continue to search for missing Aiken woman Jamilla Smith, her ex-boyfriend Daniel Harmon is accused of killing her. According to an arrest affidavit, authorities found a lot of her blood in the trunk of a car rented by Harmon. It's news her family was not expecting.
It was a blow to them.
The affidavit also indicates that Smith called 911 on December 2nd, stating that Harmon broke into her house and was chasing her down the road. The document states while Jamilla was speaking to the dispatcher, an engine rev was heard before Jamilla screamed, dropped her phone, and was seemingly run over by a vehicle. The affidavit goes on to say a man's voice was heard telling her to get in the car so he could take her to the...
Did y'all hear that? Jamilla made a 911 call, guys. Jamilla made a 911 call, and it was recorded. This conversation of what happened. She called 911. And that arrest warrant affidavit alleged that on December the 2nd, Jamilla Smith, when she called 911 from her home at 425 Old Jackson Highway, saying her boyfriend had broken into her house and was chasing her down the road. And on the call, she sounded out of breath. And when the dispatcher asked where would she meet a deputy, the car could be heard revving, according to the affidavit. And then Jamilla Smith could be heard screaming, and the phone was dropped. But the dispatcher could still hear what was going on, and a male was heard telling her to get into the car so that he could take her to the emergency room, according to the affidavit. But Jamilla Smith continued to scream and could be heard yelling, "No, don't touch me. Please don't hurt me. And you hit me," according to the affidavit. And the male is heard saying, "You jumped in front of the car," before she is heard saying, "No, I didn't." And she continued to scream and then says, no, she indicated her arm was injured and said, you ran over me, according to the affidavit. And the next day, her mother reported her missing. The deputies soon sent out an alert from Aiken County that Smith and Harmon were missing and thought to be in a black Charger. And that's when this Charger was found parked in front of Harmon's house, and he was arrested.
Emergency room. But Jamilla can be heard screaming and saying, don't touch me, and you ran over me. The affidavit continues by stating a man believed to be Harmon told Smith that she jumped in front of the car.
She had been trying to leave. She was looking for a way out. She was screaming for help from all different avenues.
The Broken Link Foundation sent WatchFox emails claiming to be from Smith to the Aiken County Sheriff's Office asking for help as far back as August. Harmon was already in jail after being arrested for Smith's kidnapping. Now that he's facing a murder charge, Smith's family is looking for closure.
Is there going to be any diligence and drive to actually find her?
New year means new laws and rules, including some.
Isn't that terrible, y'all? I'm gonna have to go over here and pick up my mod link. I thought that I had it over here, but I don't. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go over here and grab this link. It's really sad that she called 911 and nothing happened. You know, she didn't get the help that she needed. She's been trying to call to say that there was a problem since August, y'all. Since August. That breaks my heart to know that this is happening. And, you know, there was another girl, Crystal Anderson, that was missing out of Aiken County, and she went through the same thing, domestic violence. She was kidnapped and supposedly murdered. And the police didn't do anything about it. They didn't do anything about it. Finally, after many complaints from her family, they investigated into her ex, and they found her car an hour away, and it was set on fire. They ended up arresting her ex-boyfriend and his son for murder and accessory after the fact for the son. But her body's never been found either. And this is very, very concerning to me. Yeah, sadly, law enforcement can't do anything if they don't see it. It's very, very disheartening. Got another video that I want to show you guys. But I know that the family wants SLED and FBI to take over the case because Aiken County is really not doing a whole lot. And we see that in a lot of law enforcement cases where people are missing or things happen. It just doesn't seem like it's an expedient process at all. This one is from WRDW News 12. And this was just put out 3 weeks ago. So this also will talk about her reward and information. It's just a 2-minute clip that I want you guys to take a look at.
A question on the minds of family, friends, and law enforcement tonight. Where is Jamilla Smith? It's been a week now since her family reported the Aiken mother missing, and 4 days since deputies charged her ex-boyfriend with kidnapping.
It's not a crime to go missing until we run into something that's nefarious about them being missing.
Now, family and investigators are raising the stakes to find her and bring her home.
That morning. Now, family and investigators are raising the stakes to try to find her. Our Hallie Turner is joining us live in the newsroom. So what are investigators and family asking for at this stage in the investigation?
Well, they're asking for anyone with any information about the suspect, Daniel Harmon, who also goes by the nickname Pikachu, to speak up about any interactions they've had with him in the last week and a half. It's been 9 days since Jamilla Smith vanished from her driveway right here on Old Jackson Highway. And while it isn't a crime to go missing, investigators say this case is different.
As this case progressed, we're starting picking up on those key elements that told us that there's something else that's going on with this case.
They wouldn't confirm what those key elements are, but we know the last time Jamilla was heard from was a panic 911 call running from her ex. It ended with him yelling at her to get in the car, and the line went dead. We also uncovered a history of domestic abuse charges.
He does go by the name of Pikachu. So if anybody that's out there that does have some information about Pikachu, which is Daniel Harmon, by all means, give us a call.
Deputies say they are looking specifically for anyone who had contact with Pikachu between December 2nd and December 5th.
We're specifically looking for the times, if they had any contact with him between the time they were reported missing to the time we took him into custody.
And they can't do it without the community.
We have been following up on numerous tips and leads consistently throughout this past weekend, last week. Any little piece of information that anybody can provide us, they may think is insignificant, it could be extremely important to us in trying to find her.
Now, the family is offering a $5,000 reward for any information leading to Jamilla's return. And the best thing you can do is continue to share her story. And if you see something, say something.
So important, something that might seem fairly insignificant to you could be the turn in the tides for that investigation.
Hallie Turner in our newsroom. Again, if you have any information, you can remain anonymous.
God, tonight we start with traffic laws coming January.
Super important. If someone in the community knows anything or knows Pikachu, if you see something, say something. Because this family deserves to have some type of closure. Hey, Dragons, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Yeah, it is kind of crazy, Donna. I mean, I guess it's because some people go missing because they don't want to be found. But when it comes to children and things like that, that's a whole different element for me. Because a lot of kids, they run away because they're trying to get away from someone who's hurting them, or because of stuff that they're being put through that maybe their family doesn't know about. Getting involved in things that they don't need to be involved in. And you don't know what could happen to them. And it's unfortunate that there's so many people that are going missing, and it's because somebody is responsible for them going missing. Hey, Jaded. Thank you for being here. And this case really just stuck out to me because we have had a couple of cases in Aiken County that same type scenario. Domestic violence, kidnapping, a murder possibly took place, but they can't find the body, but the men are incarcerated. This is like a reoccurring theme. And I'm like, what steps are Aiken County Sheriff's Department, law enforcement in that area doing to support these victims of domestic violence? This has to stop. She was trying to get away since August. She had been calling and reaching out since August. And to no avail. She didn't get any help. Now, on December the 5th, when they arrested Pikachu, aka Daniel Harmon, they had a standoff. They had a huge standoff at the house before he was arrested. And she's 30 years old. She has 2 kids. He's 34. And they have a history of domestic violence. And I just feel like we have to do better as a community. Did she not have any neighbors or friends that she could reach out to? Like, where was her family? If she was trying to get away from him since August, why didn't she reach out to her family? I mean, her family seemed devastated that she's missing. I just have to ask myself all of these questions. It really concerns me. Because I just feel like it's not going to get better. It's just going to continue to exacerbate. And we've got to keep talking about these cases. We've got to keep sharing this information to let people know that, hey, it is very difficult to leave these situations, but there is help. There are support places that you can reach out to that can help you make a plan to try to get away safely so that you don't have to find yourself in these types of situations. And that's what's really important. If you know somebody that is in a domestic violence situation, share some of these links with them and let them know, like, hey, if you don't want to talk to me, reach out and talk to somebody. Reach out and make a plan. If you're being stalked, if somebody's after you and you can't get away, don't be afraid to reach out to somebody to get help. In South Carolina, 42.3% of South Carolina women and 29.2% of South Carolina men experience intimate partner physical violence, intimate partner sexual violence, and or intimate partner stalking in their lifetime. I feel like that is a large amount. That's for women, that's almost half the women in South Carolina. These are statistics that was published this is in 2021. I found that to be very concerning. In fact, that's scary to me. And if you want to know where we get these statistics, I'm going to drop that link right here in chat. This is where the statistics come from. This is SCC ADVASA, and that is an acronym that stands for South Carolina Coalition Against Domestic Violence and Sexual Assault. And these people, I mean, they have 95 trainings for these counselors that speak to people. In 2022, 38,621 survivors of domestic violence and sexual assault were served directly by member organizations located throughout South Carolina, and 16,553 survivors accessed our 24-hour hotlines for domestic violence here in South Carolina. But these numbers are just incredible. Just sexual assault statistics in South Carolina alone frighten me. 92% of the people, they know their offender. And it's something that it's important to know about, because you might know somebody who's actually going through something. And just because it doesn't become physical doesn't mean that it's not abuse. Because normally when domestic violence begins, it doesn't start out as always as physical abuse. Sometimes it starts out as mental and emotional and verbal abuse. And for some people, it can progress into other things over time. And people may be frightened to speak out about it. But the organization that I dropped, that is our coalition in South Carolina that talks about these things. And I just wonder how many people are actually aware that we have these types of community advocacy programs that are out there with a mission to serve as a collective voice to promote the prevention of domestic violence in our states. Because I see a lot of women going through things, fighting to get free of situations where they're being manipulated and hurt. So no matter where you live, if you're here in South Carolina, make sure you familiarize yourself with this coalition and share that link out. If you don't live in South Carolina, check into your own state to find out what type of state coalition that you have against domestic violence. So that way you'll always have that information on hand in case you find somebody that ever needs that information. The statistics are scary. Kiki says, where I live, I carry my pew-pew. Yeah, a lot of people have to have a concealed carry permit in most states. There are some states that will allow you to have open carry. I always have something with me if I'm going to be by myself. And Jada says, mental abuse is very real. It took me years not to think my husband would react the same as the ex. And he never did. And you're blessed, Jada. That's good. I'm very fortunate that I'm married to a man now that doesn't would never, ever think about treating me that way. And I'm so thankful that I don't have to worry about that, because that was one of the reasons why I didn't want to get in future relationships after that, because I felt like he'd just beat me down into a corner. And I beat myself up for a long time about that. And I think that that's kind of what happens. It demeans your self-worth about things. And people become afraid to reach out about things. And I just, I want to make sure that people know not to be frightened to ever reach out to get help, whether it's a friend, whether if it's somebody you know or not. I mean, there's people out there that can connect you with people that are in these support groups that can help you make a plan to be able to get away. And I just wish that Jamilla would have been able to reach out to her family so they could get her the help that she needed to get away from Pikachu. Because I'm pretty sure, even though she's not been found, she's probably not alive. And it makes me very sad. Because a lot of women feel like they don't stand a chance. And it's scary, because we're seeing the statistics rise all over, not just the United States, but the world. In violence in general, people taking the life of their children, people taking the lives of their spouse, or just random people. I mean, look at the Brian Koberger situation. I'll never be able to understand what makes people tick like that. Kiki says, I don't even answer my door unless I have my pew-pew with me, but I'm in a good area, but still. I understand. Michelle says mental abuse can also be worse to get others to understand because they can't see the bruises. I think that's a lot of times that can happen in physical illness too. You can't see the heart attack that somebody's had. You maybe can't see the cancer that they're fighting or the fibromyalgia that they're battling. You can't see some of the things. Just because you're not bearing the physical scars of it doesn't mean that you're not going through a fight. That's why we got to unite together, guys, and we got to stand up. So if you see something, say something. Because Jamilla Smith has not been found, and we need to make sure that we can try to bring her home for closure for her family. Now, I understand that there is which I thought we had, I was thinking that we said, Michelle, did we not say it was a $10,000 reward? Because I only have the $5,000 reward. I'll have to see if I can track down to find out about is it 10,000? You saw 10,000? Okay, let me go look, because this was the last one that I saw. And this all took place in the Jackson area of Augusta, South Carolina, not Augusta, Georgia. And it's North Augusta. Really, it should say North Augusta, South Carolina. Because if you cross over South Carolina, Georgia, right there, Augusta's just on the other side. She is a beautiful girl. And I can't imagine the fear that she was feeling. That she was actually calling 911 to get help. And then, poof, where is she? Let's see if I can go back up here and find. Here's the 10,000 one right here. The father of missing Aiken woman Jamilla Smith is offering $10,000 for anyone who has information about where his daughter is or what happened to her. This just makes me so sad. Guys, if you're just getting here, please don't forget to hit the like button and share this video out to get attention on Jamilla Shanae Smith. She's also known as Millie, and she has not been found. Again, we were just talking about the person who has been arrested. This is her ex-boyfriend, Pikachu, aka Daniel Harmon, and he was arrested in a standoff at his house on December the 5th. He was charged with second-degree domestic violence, and then later he was charged with kidnapping. He doesn't have a bond, and then on the 23rd, they actually charged him with murder, and so he is still sitting in the detention center there at Aiken County. I know the family has asked for the FBI and for SLED, which is our state law enforcement investigation. That's kind of like the State Bureau of Investigation, to investigate this further. And I do hope that they will. Hey, One Love, I'm so glad to see you. I hope you're doing good. Alpaca Maid said, for years, Michigan required a police report before assisting agencies would listen. Thank God that is changing. Yeah. Michelle said, it is such a scary world. I was stalked around a parking lot and he kept trying to run over me. Now he's in jail for unaliving his girlfriend a couple of months ago. Yeah, Michelle, I remember you telling me about that guy. And then when you called me that day to tell me that he had been arrested for murder, I almost fell out. I could not believe it. And you were like, that's him. That's the guy that tried to hit me. Michelle said, I didn't even know the guy. He was more upset. I was more upset that he threw something all over my car until I saw what he did to his girlfriend. Yeah. He was arrested at Walmart. Of course he was. Because that's where all the gangster people hang out, Michelle. Or at least it is here in Myrtle Beach. That's why I don't go to Walmart, because they scare me over there. It's always some kind of craziness happening. Y'all, please keep Jamilla's family in your thoughts and prayers. If you see this case on Facebook, share it out. Share it out. Because Jamilla needs to come home to her family. Such a sad case. I mean, the 911 operator heard it. Crystal Anderson wasn't that lucky. She never got to call 911 before her ex stuffed her in a trunk in front of her 5 kids and drove off, and she never came back. Same county. And I just want to know what Aiken County is doing about it. You know, because this is like a reoccurring thing. And it has to stop. It has to stop. And we've got to take a stand. We got to stand with the victims. Jamilla deserves justice and her family deserves closure. Yeah, and that's the other thing, Michelle. She says Pikachu needs to tell what he did with her, but usually they don't, and the remains are found by a hunter or someone else. Jaded said every female who can carry a gun should have the self-defense keychains that Cotton Candy makes. Tracking device, alarms, defense weapons. Jaded, I need to know all about the self-defense keychains. Maybe Cotton Candy will come over and do a live stream with me and she can tell us all about the things to protect ourselves. That would be really good. And then maybe she can show us what they are. You know, education is also part of this platform. Like, we've got to share the information out so that other women will know how to protect themselves from intruders. You never know what's going to happen. You never know when somebody's going to come up to you in your vehicle, or if you're out in public in a store, or even at your own house. You bought 3 for Christmas and they can be color-coded in themes. Yes, please do ask her to get in touch with me. I don't know if she's on Facebook, but she can send me a message, or if she's on Discord, she can get up with me there, or she can email me. You know how to get in touch with me, Jaded. Just ask her if she'd like to do that, because I'm sure that a lot of people would be very interested in that. I'm interested. Yeah, that would be good. Some places won't allow you to carry in their store. Yeah, there's lots of places that you can't carry here. So, One Love says they're nice. She was going to get one and she forgot all about it. I need to know all the things. I want to know all about it, Jaded. Yeah, I did see that article from People Magazine too. I mean, listen, this case has gone viral, and People Magazine has covered this case. Which is incredible. I mean, this story needs to get out here. So it's wonderful that they've picked up on it. Now, it does say something else that I don't know if it did say in the video, but also some of the blood found at the scene, it was actually submitted to DNA testing by SLED. And it says the results came back on Sunday. Let's see, when was this article done? December 26th. And it says that it was redacted from the affidavit. But he's in jail for murder. So, and that was in his vehicle, the black Charger. And authorities do claim in the affidavit they believe Harmon hit Smith with his car and did not take her to the hospital. It's just truly, truly a sad case. And we need to make sure that we share out Jamilla's information to make sure that someone comes forward if they know any information. They're specifically looking for information if anyone had contact with Pikachu or Jamilla during the time that they were missing together, potentially from the time of the domestic violence when that took place and the phone call was made. They want to know if anybody had any type of contact with Jamilla or with Pikachu. Hey, Landon. Thank you for being here. Hey, Jules. I hope you're doing good. It's good to see you. Jaded, it's got whistles, a seatbelt cutter, and a window smasher. Well, I've got something similar to that, but that I got from AWP, but then my husband threw his in the trash can after he heard everything that went on with Jared Lasik. And I was like, babe, it still works to bust out your window. But he wasn't having any of it. But it sounds like this has a lot more things to it, so I would definitely want to know about that. Michelle, me trying to get my headrest out to smash the window. Can you see that? I can't do my headrest on a day when I'm not going in the water. It doesn't cooperate with me. So if I tried to pull that thing out, there's no telling. That would be a delay for me. Mine has a mind of its own. So again, if you guys see any information on Jamilla, please don't hesitate to go over and share that information out. That can bring her home to her family. And that's what is really the precedent right now, is to bring Jamilla home. And you guys have probably seen this particular flyer. This is the one that I normally share all of the flyers from the Broken Link Foundation. They are out of Columbia, South Carolina, and they share a lot of my cases, a lot of my missing flyers, and I do the same for them. So this is the poster for Jamilla right here. Jamilla Smith, 30 years old. Jamilla's 5'3" and 107 pounds with black hair and brown eyes. And she has been missing since December the 2nd of 2023 after calling 911, stating her ex-boyfriend was at her home in Jackson near North Augusta. And of course, we just heard the videos about how she called 911 and stated and was screaming, basically saying that he hit her with his car. And then, of course, she dropped her phone and the dispatcher was unable to make contact with her. If you see her or you know where she is, please call 911 or contact Investigator Cleveland at 855-218-7772, or you can contact the Aiken County Sheriff's Office at 877-972-2634. And of course, this is an older one where there is a $5,000 reward. So I may go over and just go ahead and make an updated flyer that has all of Jamilla's information on there, and put on there that this is a homicide investigation, and there is a $10,000 reward from her family for information on the whereabouts of where Jamilla Smith is. So be looking for that on my YouTube community wall. Also look for that on my Facebook and Twitter. I will get that made up and get that shared out to everyone. And I appreciate you guys joining me over here today to let me tell you guys about Jamilla Smith's case. I'm a staunch advocate against domestic violence because I am a survivor myself, and I have several friends in real life as well as here on the internet that are survivors of domestic violence. And we're here to offer our support. And if you are a victim of domestic violence and you need help, please don't hesitate to reach out to someone and find a way to make a plan so that you can get out safely. There's a lot of people here that would be willing, I'm sure, if you were to reach out to someone to say, hey, I need someone to talk to. I don't know what to do. I don't know any resources. I don't know even the first thing to do. I'm scared. The first step is to tell someone so that you can get help. There are plenty of people in this community alone that would be willing to help you get these resources right here so that you can connect to someone who can help you find the resources that you need in your local community. And as always, if you ever need to reach out to me, you can find me on Facebook under Duchess Discussions. You can reach me on Discord if you are a Discord person. And you can also email me at duchessforthemissing@gmail.com. And always remember to put a subject in the header line so that I'll know that email is something important that I need to take a look at. Jules says she's seen 2 different physicians for her abuse. That's wonderful, Jules. I have a therapist that I've been seeing for the last 21 years, and I don't know how I would be able to make it through to this day if it had not been for the wonderful men and women that have been part of my therapy team that have helped me to be able to overcome and realize my self-worth. And we want to pay it forward by being willing to help others find a safe place to go, because no woman or man or child should have to go through domestic violence or sexual abuse. And I appreciate you guys joining me today. I know there's probably a lot of other creators that are going to be going live tonight, but I am going to schedule a live stream up for tomorrow. I have several other missing cases in South Carolina. There is a lot of people that have gone missing over the holidays. And I did have to take some personal time away with my family to take care of some things. And I want to be able to go over some of these missing flyers and share those with you guys so that when you see them on my social media, you'll be sure to share those out onto your social media, because that makes you part of this team. You guys, when you share that out onto your social media platforms, you're putting it in front of a group of people that I might not ever get it in front of. And you never know if someone's going to know someone or have information about a person who is missing. So that's why it's so valuable for you guys to share out these live streams and to share out the missing flyers. And don't forget to go over and sub up to Arctic Fox. He's doing a fantastic job. Once again in 2024, bringing out a lot of these missing cases on his videos. Please make sure you're subbed up to him. And also, please make sure you're subbed up to God's Amazing Grace with Crystal. Crystal is still going to be covering cases. We're going to be talking about Samantha Sperry's case coming up here soon. And that is a case out of Kentucky. And I hope that you guys will join us for that live stream. I think Crystal's in the process of possibly updating her channel name, but I do want you guys to make sure that you go over and sub up to her channel, because she is part of this team and she covers a lot of missing cases out of Kentucky. So please go over there and sub up to her channel as well. She's trying to get her watch hours, guys, and so that she can have members. So if you get a chance and you want to go back and watch some of her live streams to help her get her watch hours, I know she'd be really grateful. And we're saying a prayer for Crystal because her uncle passed away on New Year's Eve, and she attended the funeral today. So if you're a praying person, please send up your prayers and positive thoughts for God's amazing grace with Crystal as she lays her uncle to rest today. And we're thinking of you, Crystal, and we love you so very much. And we appreciate all that you do to help us in this community to share these missing cases out. So don't forget to smash that like. Make sure your notification bell is set to all so you can get notified on my live streams. We're not only going to be covering cases in South Carolina, but I'm going to be going over in future live streams. We're going to have a live stream about missing cases in North Carolina. We're also going to focus on Tennessee and Kentucky. If you have a state that you want me to cover the most recent missing cases on, send me a message and let me know. And if it's a state that you're from and you have some missing cases from that area, send me the flyers or send me the information. If you need me to make flyers and you would like them featured on an upcoming live stream, let me know about it. And I'm happy to do it. Get us working together to get these faces out here is how we help bring these people home and bring closure to their families. Teamwork makes the dream work, guys. So I appreciate you guys joining me today, and I'm going to let you guys go so that you can go and enjoy your evening. And I appreciate all that you guys do, and I wish you all the best in 2024. We're going to just try to stay focused on our mission and help find the missing. So please hit that like on your way out, and I will see you guys tomorrow when we talk about some more missing cases. So take care, everyone, and I'll see you guys then. Bye, y'all.
Shoppers, better cook those risks. Cold blood on my fists, we fire starters. One out of a million will reach those heights. Always gonna feel that I won't deny now.